So I thought on this video I'd film a little bit more outside as I do at my place. So the last one was pretty much all indoors. So what we've got here is a rough outline of what I was thinking of putting, like a flower bed type thing. I've marked out of breeze blocks. These blocks here are going to change. I just put them as a temporary thing. In fact, this is all temporary, what I could just find lying about the place. These breeze blocks here were originally underneath a shed to prop it up, but that shed's gone now because it's completely rotted away. Much like this fence here. Yeah, but do the fence another time. But what I am going to do is replace these blocks down here with some old railway sleepers, because we've got some leftover. Fence down there was rebuilt using sleepers, so I'm going to put those in. And so I'm having two problems, and one, this bit over here, this plastic here that's starting to perish, and all this I want to bring up and then replace with lawn. Obviously you'll have to put a bit of like waterproof and damp course along the edge, because the paint there's come off and there's no proper damp course on there, because this used to be a stable once upon a time, many years ago. Horses lived where I do now, and I was wondering, what can I do with all this? Because I wanted to get rid of all this here, and I didn't know what to do with it, and then it, you know, obviously stick it in there. Got all the stones, use it for drainage and stuff. I mean, there's quite a few weeds in it, which could be a bit of a problem, but I'm sure I can figure out something to, you know, stop the weeds coming through. Could just put it in there for now, then cover it over with black sheeting, black tarpaulin. That will kill everything off. So yeah, that's what I'm going to get doing now. So I'm going to put those blocks somewhere else. Bring over the old railway sleepers. They're already cut up, so not huge if it's a full one, but they've been cut because they're just leftover blocks. So I'm going to get on with that. I've changed into this old Marilyn Manson t-shirt because I don't really care if this one gets dirty or damaged. These are the leftover sleeper logs, all cut up, and I've moved the other tiles off here. So I'm now going to arrange these logs here down into here somehow. Probably a similar pattern to what's here, and then yeah, see what that looks like, see if that's better than the what I've got. I've come to my final sort of configuration. This is roughly what it's going to look like. In fact, this is what it's going to look like. I would ideally prefer to take these bits off the top here, but they are never ever going to come off. This is it, so I need to fill it out with gravel for drainage, then mud, then plants, and then it will look good. This is my old potato thing. I've had this for years. I used to grow potatoes in it long time ago, long before I started doing YouTube. I might put some more potatoes in there. Yeah, it's coming along. This is my bird feeder. Birds have been coming all day. So yeah, I'm not going to do any more on that today because I'm knackered. Fatigue is starting to set in, it's getting late. So I'm going to go grab something to eat and then chill out. So, next step of doing this, I have been emptying out soil from this old thing. It's got some fairly decent soil in it, but it's full of roots which are making basically the soil look like this, even though I've broken up as many roots as I can and stuff and chopped all the bits up. It's not really looking very good. I mean, that will all rot down eventually, but I'm going to give it a helping hand and put some new topsoil over the top. So it's looking a little bit better. There's still quite a lot of roots in there, but as I say, they will break down eventually, and I keep breaking them up. Every time I get a large clump of roots, I break them up. So, yeah, it's not too bad. I don't have any plants, I've got seeds, so I don't know how successful they're going to be. I'm not going to plant seeds out today. I'm going to do that in a couple of days' time. It's now time for me to put some seeds in, so I've got all these. I could do them all like in little pots and stuff and then grow them all indoors and make sure they're all looked after, and then plant them out once they start sprouting, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put them straight in there and see what grows. So I've got them arranged in order of size, so the tallest ones are at the back, shortest ones at the front. Actually, I don't know how tall these ones are. It's the only packet that doesn't give a height on them. Everything else, either on the front or the back, tells you how high they are. So the shorter ones are going to be at the front, taller ones at the back. Yeah, so I'm going to get on with that, and hopefully something will grow out of it. Okay, the seeds are sown. I didn't film me doing it because they're so small you can't really see anything on camera, but everything's in rows, so if they grow you should actually see the clear rows that I planted them in. Hope they do. I'm going to give it some good watering because it's quite dry, and yeah, let's see if anything actually happens. Or maybe I'm just wasting my time and wasting your time watching a video with no conclusion. But if that happens, I'll just buy some, but not for a while, because all my money's going on to my 3-peak challenge at the moment and other bits. So if I do need to buy plants, it won't be for many weeks. But hopefully this lot will grow, or something will grow. I hope so. Some of those seeds were tiny. Anyway, water. After a week, there's not a lot of difference. Right, here we go again. Yeah, it's not doing very well. I got some dandelions growing. I'm going to get rid of them. I'm not really sure what's here, what I planted. Now, I think these might be strawberries. I didn't plant strawberries, but the old soil did have strawberries, and though I destroyed everything that was growing in there. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's something I planted or not. I don't know if that's something I planted or not. That might just be grass there. And that might just be grass. Right, so quite a few weeks have passed. You see my hair's a little bit shorter now. And this is what we've got. Now, I've no idea what I've planted and what is supposed to be here and what isn't supposed to be here. As you can see, there is stuff growing. I think I may have planted these. These strawberry plants still aren't doing much. Yeah, there are like some bananas in here just rotting down. That's compost, and some mould oranges which were going off. Yeah, so I think that might be a weed. I don't know. Thing is, since I planted those seeds, I've actually sprinkled some wildflower seeds on top because I didn't think the ones I planted were doing very well. So it does have just a random arrangement and assortment of different seeds now, which aren't in rows. So I don't really know what is in here, what's growing, what's supposed to be here, what isn't. Like this, I think that might be something I planted. That might be something I planted. I think these might be something I've planted, because they seem to be in rows. There's another one there, and then another one here, and then that goes that way, which is where the line went. So yeah, I mean, I started this 2 months ago. This video, the first half of this video was actually filmed 2 months ago. I was hoping there'd be a bit more colour in here by now, but there is stuff growing. No idea what it is. It could be what I planted. It could be random stuff that's found its way in. It might be stuff left over from the old soil I used. I just don't know, but it's doing something. It's another day of gardening. I have no clue what I'm doing, but I do have a green trowel, so I can pretend. So basically my little patch down here, which I will point the camera down to in a second so you can see it, is mainly weeds. I think some of the seeds I planted have grown, most haven't. But since then, I then sprinkled some more random seeds on, and I think most of them have not grown. And then after that, I found some really old seeds and sprinkled them on randomly. I don't think any of those have grown. I'm not sure. It's just a mishmash of random stuff, mainly weeds, I think. So here it is, but down in this corner here, I do have some yellow flowers. So yeah, they've been flowering for about 2 weeks now, on and off. You can see one of the old petals are falling down there. But yeah, that's been going pretty well. And then everything else is just random. These climbers here, they're doing all right. I think they could do with a bit of a drink though, so I'll give everything a good water during this video. I haven't been watering it as much as I should. But I put up the trellis yesterday because these climbers didn't know where to go, so they've got trellis now. But the majority of this, I believe, is weeds. And yeah, there are some random potatoes in the corner. I don't know why I put those there. So, my earlier hopes of things that I planted actually growing don't seem to be coming true. So what I've done, I've gone out and bought some flowers. So I'm going to plant these flowers just randomly along here. I'll find some patches where things don't seem to be growing. I'm not too fussed about the weeds. I'm just going to let them grow because I put a lot of wildflowers in here anyway. And anything that's sort of flowering is good for the bugs and the insects and stuff, which is what I want really. Weeds and a few flowers. I don't actually mind the weeds. I mean, what is a weed? A weed is just a plant in a place that you don't want it to be in, and I have no objection to them being there. So they're not really weeds. It's all wildflowers. It's all good. Yes, a lot of the seeds I put in didn't grow, but some other things did grow, so that's good. I think it's all a win. And one day it may even look good. Who knows? Now I know at the end of my last DIY video I showed I was going to do some stuff around the corner, and at the beginning of this video I may have even included it. I can't remember, it's so long ago now I'd have to check the edit. It's exactly the same, but I will get round to it. I've just been doing other things, but yeah, so this is starting to look a little bit like how I want. It does need more water. I do need to water it more. I've been watering my house plants, they're doing well. I've now got a Venus flytrap, which is not doing well at all. That is suffering. I'm not sure if that's going to survive, but I've got two other plants. My rubber plant, which you'd probably see if I'm sitting on the sofa in the corner. I've also got a spider plant, which is doing really well. I'm going to go and get that. This is my other house plant, which I don't think you would have ever seen on the videos. I'm not sure. It might have been in the background of someone's as I'm panning the camera around. Yeah, so that's that. I'm not going to show you my Venus flytrap because it's not doing well. I don't know if it's going to survive. But hopefully this will pick up. So if you want any other gardening videos, I suggest you go to a gardening channel where they know what they're talking about. If you just want me doing absolute random stuff and hoping for the best, stick around here, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.